All right, welcome to the latest edition of the IPR Rankings Singles Top 10 Reveal here on Filling the Void Podcast Network. You can listen to us via Spreaker, Spreaker.com/filling_the_void. You can also listen to us on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Player FM, and TuneIn. So, yep. We're here for that. No guests for me this week. However, next week we will be Travis will be joined by, or he's supposed to be joined by Priscilla Kelly tomorrow on the tag team top 5. So keep your eyes out for that. You can also like Fill in the Void Podcast Network on Facebook. You can follow that and make sure that you're updated when we're on the air with that. And all that good stuff. So let me throw out a few plugs here for the Indie Power Rankings before I get into the top 10. You could buy their shirts. You could buy our shirts. Shirts being added all the time at ProWrestlingTees.com/IndiePower, the website where you can participate in the weekly online poll voting. Again, a lot of the times the voting does help influence the official voters in the official top 10 rankings. You can go do that at IndiePowerRankingsIPR.wordpress.com. You can also go on Facebook, Facebook.com/IndiePowerRankings. Also, you can search for Indie Power Rankings on Facebook for the open Facebook group, where anyone in the indies can promote their various merchandise, fan pages, and upcoming events. Then, of course, the Twitter at Indie Power Ranking and the Instagram at Indie Power Rankings. There's a few people that were missing out, but they received votes. Actually, there's quite a few of them. Let me just give you a few. Barrington Hughes, number 5 in the online voting competition with 18 votes. Corey Storm, who was number 4 in the online voting competition with 32 votes. Andrew Duckworth, who was number 3 in the online voting competition with 44 votes. And Chelsea Durden was number 2 in the online voting competition with 54 votes. And the others that are missing out, however, they received official votes as well. Mayu Iwatani, Jordan Len X, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Chasen Rentz, Konosuke Takashita, Tim Dunst, Masato Tanaka, Cha-Cha Charlie, Rocky Romero, Shane Mercer, Tyler Bateman, MJF, Tony Storm, and Joe Hendry. With that being said, let's get to the People's Champion right now. And let's see. Winning the online voting competition with 106 votes, the People's Champion this week, for the week of July 24th, is Sadist, who is the new ACW Wisconsin Heavyweight Champion. Gets his biggest mention in the ranking as he defeated Mr. Anderson on July 22nd to win the title. That got him on the poll, and his fans and supporters got together, and like I had before mentioned, it helped him win the online voting competition with 106 votes. In his first People's Champion Award, as he represents Wisconsin, which has multiple promotions that utilize talents who consistently perform well in the fan votes. You can give the Monster of the Midwest a like on Facebook at Facebook.com/Monster of the Midwest. Okay, that is your People's Champion for this week on the Indie Power Rankings Top 10. Again, this is for the week of July 24th, 2017. Let's go through 10 through 6 really quick. Number 10, Lightning Bolt Johnson. Number 9, Joey Janela. Number 8, Yamato. Number 7, Shane Strickland. Number 6, Orlando Christopher. Alright, that is your 10 through 6 here. And let me just mention again, if you didn't like who won the People's Champion, always keep an eye out on who's up for voting, as well as where you can vote. You can go to IndiePowerRankingsIPR.wordpress.com. Make sure you go out there and vote. Okay, let's get to number 5 here this week. Number 5, Aaron Epic. You can follow him at Aaron Epic 83. The former number 1 is back at it again with another impressive weekend in the Southeast. The Brawl, Ignite, Punk Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion and one half of the Orlando Pro Wrestling Intergender Tag Team Champions defeated Daniel Drennan at I Believe in Wrestling on July 21st, and then defeated Gary J at Ignite Wrestling on July 22nd to retain the Brawl, Ignite, and PPW titles to go 2-0 for the week. Epic has been absolutely on fire in 2017 as he continues to build up a hell of a resume in the second half of the year leading up to the year-end IPR 100. Number 4, Tessa Blanchard. You can follow at Tess_Blanchard. So Tessa Blanchard is the highest ranking competitor with just one last week, but it was a huge win as the Remix Pro Fury Wrestle Circus sideshow. The new Wrestle Circus Lady of the Ring and one half of the Shimmer Tag Team Champions defeated Rachel Ellering in a title versus title match at Wrestle Circus on the 22nd to retain her title and win Ellering's. That's a hell of a collection of titles for the Mae Young Classic participant as she continues to show that she's one of the top unsigned women in the indies today. Enjoy her on the independent scene while you can, as many are assuming that maybe she might sign with the WWE shortly thereafter the Mae Young Classic. Who knows? Number 3, Matt Tremont at Tremont CZW. The former number 1 is back in the top 10 as the Superstars of Wrestling Federation Hardcore and one half of the new Tier 1 Tag Team Champions teamed with Joe Stockade to defeat Logan Black and Bam Sullivan at Five Borough Wrestling on July 20th to win the vacant Tier 1 titles, then defeated Craig Mitchell at Combat Zone Wrestling versus Freelance Wrestling on the 21st, then defeated Tank in Tank's final match at Anarchy Wrestling to go 3-0 for the week. While Tremont is out of the deathmatch tournament game, he's still tearing it up in all sorts of different ways as he blazes a new path as still one of the top independent wrestlers going today. Okay. Number 2, Johnny Mundo, or John Hennigan, or John Morrison, if you want to get there, at The Real Morrison. Oh boy, what a crazy week for the former WWE superstar and current Lucha Underground talent as AAA World Heavyweight, AAA World Cruiserweight, AAA Latin American, Qatar Pro Wrestling, Sauquakif, 5-Star Wrestling, and Pacific Coast Wrestling champion defeated Hijo de Fantasma and Texano Jr. at EMW in Mexico on July 21st to retain all 3 AAA titles, although possibly vacated them afterwards after throwing them at Vampiro. And then defeated Donovan D-Jack at Wrestle Circus on the 22nd to go 2-0 for the week. The Master of Starship Pain had a close contest for the number 2 spot as he was fighting it out with Matt Tremont, but just edged him out for the number 2 ranking this week. Alright, let me go over number 10. Let me go through People's Champion to number 2 really quick for the week before we get to our number 1. The People's Champion is Sadist. Number 10, Lightning Bolt Johnson. Number 9, Joey Janela. Number 8, Yamato. Number 7, Shane Strickland. Number 6, Orlando Christopher. Number 5, Aaron Epic. Number 4, Tessa Blanchard. Number 3, Matt Tremont. And number 2, Johnny, whatever you want to call him, Johnny Mundo, John Hennigan, John Morrison, Johnny Nitro. He's at number 2. And the number 1 wrestler for the Indie Power Rankings for the week of July 24th, 2017 is Pete Dunne at PDunneYXB. Well, if this sounds strange to you, it kind of should, but while Pete Dunne is one of the top independent wrestling talents on earth, he's also the current WWE UK champion. That said, he still works on the indies, so here he is. The Bruiserweight had an amazing year last year, but was unable to get a number 1 ranking despite being number 5 in the year-end IPR 100. The Progress World and the Destiny World Champion owned this weekend as he teamed with Trent Seven at Lucha Forever on the 18th to defeat Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis. Then defeated Mark Coffey at Pro Wrestling Elite on the 21st. Then defeated Kenny Williams at the 22nd defeated Kenny Williams on July 22nd at PWE. Then defeated Eddie Dennis at Progress on the 23rd to go 4-0 for the week. As for the official voters, this was a no contest as every single voter had Pete Dunne at number 1 in their ballot. Congratulations to Pete Dunne on his first number 1 ranking. And there you have it, folks. That is the top 10 for this week's Indie Power Rankings. I'll go over it one more time. And again, if you had any problems with these votings, if your wrestler didn't make it, always send the feelers out there to us via Facebook, facebook.com/IndiePowerRankings. We'll take a look at whomever is sent our way. Then you can go vote for them over at IndiePowerRankingsIPR.wordpress.com. But in the meantime, for this week, once again, the People's Champion, Sadist. Number 10, Lightning Bolt Johnson. Number 9, Joey Janela. Number 8, Yamato. Number 7, Shane Strickland. Number 6, Orlando Christopher. Number 5, Aaron Epic. Number 4, Tessa Blanchard. Number 3, Matt Tremont. Number 2, Johnny Mundo. And number 1, for his first number 1 ranking, Pete Dunne, the WWE UK Champion. Alright, folks, that's going to do it for me here this week. Again, I don't have any guests this week, but be sure to join Travis tomorrow for the Tag Team Top 5, as he should be joined by Priscilla Kelly. Keep up to date on that.